Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Second Wind Homestead. I think we'll start the garden tour this week over here on the side yard. Over here is our experimental potatoes. They're doing all right. Still seem to be growing. Hopefully those work out for us. Fig tree is still looking good. Still covered. Still no signs of ripening yet, though. Oh, actually I do. I see one the birds have already got. Gonna be a fight this year. Their volunteer zipper there coming up. Okra is looking good. It is finally starting to look like okra. It's probably a foot tall now. A couple of marigolds in there. I did get in here this week and weed most of this bed. Onions are doing good. A couple of these be ready to pull for the seeds soon. The purple onion here just opened up its bloom this week. Did notice when I came and weeded out these over here, I do have some ground cherries that volunteered up with the okra. I do still have to weed this side of the bed though. This zipper here, the volunteer one, it is climbing way up. My mint's doing well. My tires over here are doing alright. These two are still they look like they're struggling the most. I don't know, but the pumpkins, you can tell this tire gets the most sun. Sorry, had to clean my lens. It's fogging up out here. We've had storms all day today. But you can tell this one gets the most sun. These are the biggest plants out of all the tires. Even though I have some of the same variety over in this tire. But those are the white boar pumpkins, and they're looking really well. Some of the zucchinis and the tromboncinis and, oh gosh, birdhouse gourds and a couple of sugar babies down here in the backyard. Over here with my squash. Now, let's see, out of the 8 squash we had out here, I think 3 have survived the squash vine borers. So those 3, hopefully, the squash vine borers won't be back anytime soon, and these 3 will have some time to give us some fruit out of it. Audrey's zucchinis are looking really good back there, getting huge. Strawberry tower's doing great. Lots of runners on there. Gotten some fruit off of it this week. Have to try and devise a way to get some of these runners rooted for me, so I do want to keep some of them. Cucumbers are doing great. This is I think the first year I've ever had cucumbers look this good. They must just like this spot. And we have cucumbers hanging all in these vines. Audrey is visiting her granny, but she will be so excited when she gets back to see these cucumbers. I got more down in here, and they are all the way over and most of the way down the other side of the trellis, so they're doing really well for us. Back behind there is our zippers. Those zippers are doing really well. Daniel extended the trellis, and they are up all the way over the top of the trellis already on most of them. Oh, and I forgot, we planted down in here in between the cukes, and I do need to do some more weeding. We have some more okra. These are baby Bubba hybrid, I believe. We're just trying them out this year, just a few plants, see how they do for us. Alright, over here on the other side of the zippers, see, look, you can see it better with that backdrop. They're up over the top already. That trellis is probably a little over 6 feet tall, so they've already shot up that far just this week. They should start putting some blooms out any minute. The aquaponics still doing same as usual. Celery's looking alright. Probably try and harvest that next week and go ahead and get it out of the beds. Tower's looking good. Ginger's getting nice and big. Green onions are doing well. Little basil is starting to perk up. Peppers up top. Let's see. I did harvest the giant Marconi's, getting some good color on it. Then the Anaheim, I pulled that one big Anaheim today. It was ripe. We have that second one coming in. Excuse me. The little snack and pepper over there. Let's see if I can get to it. This fish. Big old bluegill in there. Alright, this snack and pepper, it's doing well. It's still got some peppers on it and it's putting out new blooms. Green onions are doing alright. I actually have one that's starting to go to seed. Let's go look at the koi and the goldfish. See if we can get a visual on them. Let's see. This is the lower tank, our sump. We have all the koi and the goldfish in there. Alright, back around the side of the house across from the okra. On this side of the trellis, the loofah, it's taken off. It is already, well, it's probably a good 6 foot tall on the trellis. It's taller than me now. The zucchinis are looking really well. They're starting to put some male blooms out. This tomato is still hanging in there, though I did notice the bottom leaves are looking a little iffy. So, we'll see. Beans are doing well. We've harvested quite a bit this week. The Santa Claus melon just got to the trellis, but it's already putting out a little bloom. Noodle beans or asparagus beans, they're doing well. The pink-eyed are doing well. I got a couple more on there I can come get. Our eggplants, like the Casper white eggplant, they're doing really well. And we do have a black beauty over there starting too. Our rattlesnake beans, they're doing well. We got them. They're over my head, hanging down off the trellis. Stevia, let's see. Oh, my mint. That mint is going crazy. This one is still trying to climb the trellis, which I find funny still. Most of the squash on that side got killed off by the squash vine borers. This one's looking, it got some damage too in the center there. I'm debating, I might, give it a little while, see if it can recover, but we'll see. This tomato's looking really good. Once again, I had a bad leaf on the bottom. I pruned out this morning. But it's up probably 4.5, 5 feet. It's still looking okay. So hopefully it will escape whatever this is that's decimating my tomatoes this year. So, got some more beans. Still going. Those bean plants are looking a little iffy, but they're still producing, so just keep them away and I make sure I don't touch anything after I touch them. These beans are doing well. The Greenstalk, let me tell you, I'm still in awe. This scorpion pepper, guys, it's planted in the very bottom level and it is all the way up. It is as tall almost to the total top of the top level on this 5-tier. It is doing incredible. There's a habanero coming up inside, like it's the next level up, but it's growing through the scorpion. The little pepper that was on this side that was struggling for light, I transplanted on this side. The scorpion's still trying to ting him, but he's got a couple little leaves coming out on him. That little pepper's doing alright. That scorpion's doing well. There's a little one down here, one of the derpy peppers. Look, it's got a little pepper on him. But yeah, that scorpion pepper. Look at the stalk on that, guys. Look at that. Thing is massive. It's rained so much this week I can't spray the BT for the bugs, so I'll have to wait till I get a little bit of a clearing. The Echinacea's got quite a few blooms open now. Her ground cherries, we've gotten a few ground cherries off of them this week, and it's got more on there waiting on us. Let's see yeah. Basil's still, being basil. Got seeds all over it. These out here, the zipper that we found volunteered in the yard, they're doing well. Ground cherries are getting bigger. We just marked them with some bricks so Daniel doesn't mow them. Oh, No surprise, I don't even know how I missed it for the last however long it's been growing. Out here by the blueberries, by this middle blueberry, I looked down and happened to see we have a volunteer. I think it's probably some sort of melon, judging by the leaves, but it goes all the way into the center of this crazy bed, through the blueberry, and it is almost all the way over to the trellis already. I don't know how I miss seeing it. Stuff over here, let's see. You know, garlic and blueberries and all are still the same. We have one more tomato over here that hasn't been by the others, and he seems to be okay. We do have to harvest out this other pot of potatoes. Oh, see, since it's rained today, look at that potato in there. Daniel and I definitely got to harvest this week. Probably tomorrow morning. That pepper's okay. These tomatoes are so-so. Starting to look a little bit scraggly on the bottom, but those peppers are looking okay. My persimmon, my American persimmon. There's my lemons. It's doing all right. All right, this front trellis, guys. This year is been rough on me. These I've pretty much lost, other than the ones I've already shown you. I have lost like every tomato plant. The other ones are looking sick all the way up. I don't know which disease it is, but it is hitting them fast and hard. Nothing I have done has worked. I mean, I've sanitized tools. I've washed my hands between the plants. I have done everything. My indigo rose is dead. Sweet 100's dead. Those squash got hit with the borer. This chocolate cherry tomato, which I haven't even had that long, see, its leaves over halfway up are already screwing up. Does have some fruit on it. Hopefully it'll live just long enough for those fruit to ripen. This one, which it just set the first tomato. See, we already have leaves over halfway up. I'm trying not to touch the plant. I don't want to spread anything accidentally. I've never had my tomatoes hit this hard or this fast. It's a little disheartening. I love tomatoes. I love growing a bunch of different tomatoes. It may be, yeah, see, that one's gone. Oh, that pepper plant, it bit the dust. It never recovered from whatever happened to it. I just picked the rest of the fruit. That pepper still seems to be okay, and it is setting fruit. I don't know what kind of pepper it is, but it may be that we have to take a couple of year break from growing tomatoes anywhere in the yard to try and let whatever this is hopefully not be so potent and rough on our tomato plants. Like I said, only the ones, and I've been super careful. I've sanitized my snippers, I've washed my hands, we've, sprayed down the trellis, we've used different dirt, different buckets, everything we could think of. When we've had the opportunity between when it hasn't rained, we've come out and sprayed the hydrogen peroxide spray that Gary from Rusted Garden has a video on, which worked for us last year. Nothing is saving our stuff this year. I don't know. Big rock bed is doing good. The calendula I planted in the back there, I think I just picked a poor spot. They're not getting enough sun. They've pretty much all died out, or something has eaten them. I'm not sure. On the other hand, the oregano, it looks all flat and scraggly. The rain, and it is just covered. It's blooming, and it is absolutely covered. And the bee with blooms and seeds, and the bees absolutely love it. They will be swarming with bees. But up here on this front walkway, excuse me, bugs everywhere. All right, my poblano is a good 4.5, 5 feet tall now. It's putting out new blooms. Basil's still doing really well. Those jalapenos on that plant are getting massive, as is on that one. The ginger are doing really well. You can see the one in the back of that wicking barrel, and coming up in that one, and all of the ones coming up in this one. My zinnias are doing good. I had one bloom open. I Actually, Luna wanted to cut some flowers, so she took that inside. This big old marigold looks like it's getting ready to bloom. This watermelon, guys, I'm loving. Though something keeps happening at the end of the vine here. It gets like a spot where it just dies, but it'll send out other side shoots. But it is doing awesome. It is going out all sides of the bucket, crawling all the way off the fabric and over towards everything else. I did notice we have a couple of watermelons, it looks like, got pollinated. I'm really hoping for. Let's see. Yeah, there's one. And there's another one buried down in there I can't quite get to with the camera. But yeah, look, it is all the way over there. It's coming off the fabric here, climbing up through the oregano. I mean, and it's going all down the other side of that bucket. It's doing wonderful. So hopefully, knock on wood, I'd like at least one watermelon. That would, you know, be nice. The volunteer squash, it's got male blooms coming out. Haven't seen a female bloom yet, so still don't know what that one is. This oregano is the same. You can see, I don't know if you can see, we got a bee. The bees are just all over these oregano blooms. We have everything from like the little bumblebees to honeybees to some I don't even know what kind of bees they are. My little pineapple plants that I started are doing good. These are some seedlings I've got started. Hopefully I can get out really soon. Then our derpy peppers over here in this patio picker. They, you know, last week they were doing wonderful and they still look fairly good. But on the peppers as well, I have leaves starting. And they're dropping leaves. I have no idea what is causing it, but I haven't touched these at all with anything that touched any of my tomatoes, so I don't know, but they are trying to bloom. You can see I've got some blooms starting in the tops of all of them, so maybe they'll pull through and survive. I am still planning on treating, with the hydrogen peroxide spray when I can, but we have rained every day at least once a day for the last week, so it is really difficult right now to do. There's those echinacea are so pretty. You can see, I don't know, on the stem, all that fuzzy white stuff. That is from a bug, I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. It's called a woolly aphid. It's these little fuzzy white bugs. They can jump really far, so when you try to kill them, it doesn't really work. They just jump. They leave that stuff all over the plants. And I wouldn't suggest trying to smush one. I tried to do that, and it, like, I don't know if it bit or stung or what, but it burned. Or maybe it's a chemical they put out. I don't know, but they're a pain. I find those little spots all over all of my plants, but you do what you can. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this week's garden tour, and I hope you have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please.